Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Those who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you the latest updates for MMTLP, including opinions with regard to the statute of limitations and resolution. I'm also going to be sharing with you a #1 rated stock, currently up over 173% on the previous 12 months with huge growth potential still to come. And before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, we can see here headline from Market Watch: the stock market rotation is the lifeblood of the bull market as the S&P 500 logs a record. So the next couple of weeks are going to be about the direction that they basically take in terms of is it going to be continuing as a bull market. But for US economic data this week, again, the big one for me is going to be the jobless claims on Thursday, but we also have manufacturing and new home sales as well, which will be interesting. But from Market Watch, we can also see here again in terms of earnings, Tesla is reporting this week and the focus could again shift back to fundamentals. So in terms of the Tesla earnings, as far as I'm concerned, I'm fairly bullish on Tesla earnings. So the consensus estimate on earnings per share, we're looking at 58 cents per share and revenue of $25.55 billion. So that should represent a 9.4% year-on-year revenue growth. So hopefully good news there. So if we look at earnings, again, a huge weeks for earnings here. And in the Discord, we will be keeping an eye on many of these, including Verizon, Boeing, Tesla, UPS, and also Coca-Cola. Let's start by giving a shout out to a new channel in the Discord called Top Ranked Stocks DD, and in this channel we'll be sharing due diligence PDF reports which you can download and read for a number of top rated buy stocks. So far we've shared stocks including Tenant Healthcare, Shark Ninja, ANF, and we've also shared stocks recently, Land's End, go ahead and check that out, and also Vertex, which was one of the recent ones. So the one I'm going to share with you today is ticker symbol SFM, also known as Sprouts Farmers Market. This is a stock that is up 530% over the previous 5 years. However, currently right now over the previous 12 months, it's up in excess of 173%. So it's the best performing grocery stock in North America, and they have approximately 400 stores across the US. In terms of some of the key fundamentals I want to share with you comparing with the competitors is the gross margins. If we have a look at right at the top in green, compared to the key competitors including Walmart, Costco and Go, they are far ahead with the latest gross margin rated as 37%, which is exceptional. The company is also in a sector which is highly competitive, but that 38% gross margin and a 6% operating margin is almost double what many of the others are achieving so far in this sector. So first of all, what makes this different? This is operates significantly different to other stores, and also what we can see here, the Sprout stores come with just under 28,000 square feet, whereas other competitors such as Kroger stores average around about 100,000 square feet. So they do benefit from lower costs. And we can also see here in terms of the target market, they are looking at people who are health enthusiasts. So we know there is a big movement towards health. 70% of the items that they sell are obviously attribute based. So obviously this includes vegan, organic, gluten-free, etc. And that is certainly a growing sector of the economy. So let's have a look at some health focused concepts in terms of the stores. So if we have a look at that compound annual growth rate, we're looking at 9.47 and a huge increase in the number of stores over the year. So the growth for this company is exceptional. And in terms of the share and the management, the company have been reducing the share count at an accelerated pace. They've drastically improved their same-store sales and growth, and over the last 3 years the valuation has more than tripled. So let's have a look at the chart again over the previous 3 years. We can see here again huge growth in the chart, and then for the previous 12 months we can see here currently trading at $115.80, and there is a key date I'm going to be sharing with you shortly, and that is with regard to earnings, and that is also coming up. Details were shared in the Discord, so keep an eye out on ticker symbol SFM. Let's now have a look at the latest developments for MMTLP, including statute of limitations and potentially getting resolution through the court. So what Scott has posted here is with regard to the 15% ask that he was looking for in terms of proving your share count, and he's calling the 15% group and thanking them for sending in the share evidence, and he's stating he's still going to keep it open-ended because obviously the more he gets, the more he believes it will help him. So remember, this is purely voluntary, and the count he's saying here will take place next week, but right now the more that comes in the better. And he follows up here by saying, with regard to the US District Court in Pennsylvania, what happened previously, they tossed the guy's claims out against FINRA because he did not challenge FINRA's existence. So Scott has done his research, and he states in Scott versus Rubenstein he actually did that, and it looks like from his point of view the US courts are now opening up to see SROs getting reined in. So I certainly think that is necessary, and in some follow-on comments and in the previous video when we talked about what Scott has been talking about, especially with regard to McCabe, this is a question from INAPE, and he states there have been a lot of innuendos, speculation and rumours regarding Scott, and another one here is with regard to being represented by Basile. So he's asking him publicly, is this true? So Scott has stated no. He is a sole operator. His focus is clearly narrowing right now. However, I think Scott has gone on further to say that he is speaking to lawyers, and he is probably getting help from lawyers, but at the moment he is a sole operator and doing everything himself. So he goes on to say the court, and he's looking at the court, he's looking at Nexbridge Hydrocarbons audit, and in terms of Brand X, that is not going to ask a single question of McCabe because McCabe is not on X, and that's why he might do a Zoom call with the 15% people who are sharing with him to explain numbers, strategy, legal aspects and efforts to save everybody while taking obviously into account all the information gathered. And in terms of statute of limitations, what I'd also like to share here is another post from INAPE who stated, the emphasis on statute of limitations is a non-issue. Lawyers will argue on both sides, including FINRA, and FINRA will argue that it is in the past. So once we hit that 2-year limit, that will be the big argument and claim from FINRA, but shareholders will then argue that the halt is still in effect. So we're going to have a look at that statute of limitations shortly, and what Luciano has stated, if we pass the SOL, then we have to argue in court just for it to be allowed, and trying to prove that the statute of limitations should be extended due to some reason. So if we have a look at what an analysis from AI, so the question posed was, what is the statute of limitations in the USA for securities fraud? So obviously there is a 2-tiered statute of limitations. The first one is 2 years, and that is, it should be filed within 2 years of the discovery of the facts constituting the violation. So we're looking at December, and we're very close to December, so you're looking at maybe 5-6 weeks, 2 months, close to that right now. And there's another option here, 5-year statute of repose, and in the event a lawsuit cannot be brought more than 5 years after the violation occurred, regardless of when the violation was discovered. So that's where we're creating and having a potentially grey area, but the key points are the 2-year clock starts running when the fraud should have been discovered. So again, when was that fraud discovered? We could say then again that is questionable, and FINRA will have their answer to that, and we will have our answer. The 5-year clock starts from the date the fraud actually occurred, and it serves as a hard cap, cannot be extended even if you get conclusive proof. Even if you get the share count, you get the blue sheets, the fraud is then going to be gone and it won't be prosecuted. So state laws may also have different statute of limitations. So that's basically what we're dealing with. So remember, there are different opinions. And finally, before we finish, I'd like to give a quick shout out to the previous week's weekly watch list, where we had a number of exceptional successes, including IONQ, that was up 24.8% on the week, IREN, that was up 16.7% on the week, HIMS, again one of the stocks that we're calling as a #1 rated stock, up 10.8% on the week, RANI, good call there on Monday, up 49%, good chance to take profits, and still up 5.9% on the week. TSM we called on earnings, and straight after earnings it went up over 11% and was still up over 5.3% on the week. Siri up 5.2% on the week, Eaton up 4.4% on the week, HD up was up close to 1% on the week. DXYZ, strong finish on Friday, up 7% and also up 2% on the week. WHLR, again, strong finish on Friday, up 10.5%, but down 2.4% on the week. So not all calls are successful. So if you would like to get the next weekly watch list, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.